This summer, I report back on a trip of 3,000 kilometers in 3 weeks with an EV. In this first episode, I will discuss charging away from home at a holiday destination, using both AC charging where available or the granny cable charging otherwise. First up is AC charging. That would be my preference. It's typically faster and safer whether it rains or the sun shines. We were first in Burgundy, in a department where charging is free. Although we resided in a small village, we got free 7 kilowatt charging. That means a full charge in 4 hours or less, and just 200 meters away from the place where we lived. And it's hardly ever used. It doesn't get much better than this. Using an app like ChargeMap, it's easy to do some research ahead. For our next location, it was clear that the connectors in the ski resort in the Alps were going to be somewhat busy and not that cheap. But they worked well enough, and with the same Freshmal card or app used in Burgundy, we were able to start a charge with no pain. To note, on this location, the 7 kilowatt power gets shared when two vehicles are connected. The second approach, which is more of a backup, is to use the granny charger. It's slower at 2 kilowatt power, and there are 20% losses using this method. It can be convenient, but probably it won't be. It is not as robust, and I would not do it in the rain. In fact, do let me know in the comments whether you think my approach is safe enough for you. So let's look at my setup. First, there is the granny charger itself, no surprises there. Then we are on the old continent, so we need a recent 13 amps rated adapter. Normally I would test the Earth with an inexpensive tester, except I forgot it this time. Then there is the inevitable but highly discouraged lead extension. I have one I keep in the car, and in this case the owner of the property we rented set up a 16A rated extension lead for us from the garage. Then I'm adding a connected plug which allows to remotely switch on and off and monitor consumption at the same time. That's useful for two reasons. A, I can create schedules to avoid charging for hours and the plug's overheating. I will create some 15-minute pauses or breaks. And B, I can report back to the owner how much I've consumed. And in fact, it will add up to a fair bit in this case, so I think it's quite nice to be able to see the consumption over the few days I've used it and do the sums. Final touch, although I use this setup only when the weather forecast is clear, I will leave it overnight, so putting the plugs in a bag to avoid morning dew is what I'm doing. All of this works, but it is a bit of a faff, frankly. Final scores for this home away charging experience. Burgundy, great. Alps, quite busy, not as good. And then finally the granny charging is more the backup, so I would say 6.5 out of 10 overall. It's time to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.